So New York City has been paying some migrant families $4,000 to leave the shelter system. And they've been doing this, it looks like, since 2023. They launched it quietly. They're always launching little programs and pilots and projects in New York City. It's called the Asylum Move Out Assistance Program. And it looks like they've offered it to around 150 different families offering it. Interesting. And they're giving them $4,000 per family to help get them on their feet. So that's essentially like first and last month's rent. What's interesting though is, well, first of all, you do have to have work authorization to be one of the families this is offered to, but also some of these families, if you read into it, they've been in the shelter system for about a year. And the whole point in being in a shelter system is to help get you on your feet. It's a transitional process. And now they're literally having to pay people to leave the shelters. And the reason they're having to do this, one, it's probably cheaper, that's the logic, to give someone a one-time payment of $4,000 rather than to be paying to take care of them every single day. So I get that logic. But we've already spent, or New York City has already spent $5 billion on their asylum seeker programs and shelter system and all of this. That's taxpayer money. So if you really take a step back, what this looks like is just a huge transfer of money from citizens and from the government to all of these private companies and contractors that the city has had to hire to take care of these asylum seekers. And the reason they're in the shelters for a year, which is really absurd, is because you're realizing when you get here, it's very expensive. And the jobs that are available to a lot of the asylum seekers are going to be lower income jobs. You have Americans that, upper middle class, wealthy Americans that are leaving New York City because they can't live there. And now a lot of these asylum seekers are realizing the American dream that they've been sold to get here is not the one that they have once they arrive. And that's why I say it really doesn't seem like it's helping anyone. It just seems like a huge transfer of money out of these hands and into these hands.